to it. Well. Looks like CJ McCollum is embracing his role as the villain. 23 points, including the game winner. Hawks win it 109-108, take the 2-1 series lead. Brunson finished with 26. KAT finished with 21, 17 rebounds. We're going to start. You know what? I'm going to start with you, Chandler, because you are wearing the Magic City hoodie, so I feel like we have to today. Dude, CJ McCollum rips.
It's crazy. I don't want to say we forget, because I think we said last week he's averaged over 20 points, I think 11 straight years or something, or 11 years. The guy's unbelievable, and he gets to his spot. He's not the most athletic, fastest, strongest guy, but he's so crafty with the ball. You saw his pregame warm-up, what he does with the two-ball dribble, and he has that thing on a string, and he's crafty. He uses his angles and his size. And this play right here, what a beautiful, just like quick hitting play. Took 3 seconds off the clock, go up 1, too small. Like, he is just, and he's poised. He's been in this situation before on a young team with not a lot of experience, really, besides him, Gabe Vincent, maybe a couple other guys. Yeah. He is their vet guy. He is their game on the line. Put the ball in his hands and let him go and close it out. And he did that, and he's so humble, too. Like, the way he talks afterwards, we're trying to make him a villain with the Knicks fans. It's impossible, because the way he's handling the media, it's the way his kid coming in the video, like, it's just, yeah, I would hate him too if he's busting my ass.
That's what I'm saying. So he's a villain.
But this dude is just a true pro, and to be in a new situation and take over and kind of be the go-to guy on such a talented, young, budding team, it's really impressive what he's done in such a short time in Atlanta.
I got to give him some props, bro. I played against him this year. He's on the Wizards 4 times. I played against him 4 times on the Wizards this year. And I just got to give him props because, you know, being on a sneaker team that probably didn't have any aspirations of making the playoffs, or a team that didn't really have any aspirations of going deep or doing things, he was on a rebuilding team. So he was still putting the work in, still putting the time in, still going out there. I think he hit us for like 2 game winners, too, out of those 4 games. And I just became a big fan of him this year. He kind of had one of those moments of, you know, what's the song that Jay-Z say? Allow me to reintroduce myself. You feel me? He reintroducing himself right now to who he is.
All I got out of that is you lost to the Wizards twice this year.
Well, I lost 3 times.
Dude,
3.
That's a bad confession.
Yeah, it's okay. We can talk about it. We flushing the season.
I know.
We flushing the season.
By the way, Lou, I'll say this. Like, that building, sometimes you just not as loud as other buildings. It has that rep. By the way, there were a lot of Knicks fans in the building last night, and they got drowned out. How happy do you see this?
It's a new day in ATL. These fans are excited. They have something to be excited about. You know, this season has been one for the ages for Atlanta as a whole. You know, the Atlanta Falcons still trying to find their footing. The Atlanta Dream, they go out and get Angel Reese. The Atlanta Braves are back in contention. So this is a city that's hungry for an Atlanta Hawks team to be successful and do their thing at a high clip. And they're bringing everything to the table. Jalen Johnson and CJ McCollum, they've been the 1-2 punch we didn't know that we needed. Jonathan Kuminga had a coming out party last night. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, he's averaging 10 points over, you know, his career average. Like, all of these guys have found something special in Atlanta that got the city rocking and buzzing. And what you just said, Beetle, is true. I've experienced it as a player. Usually when the New York Knicks come into town, it's the New York Knicks, the Boston Celtics, and the Los Angeles Lakers. When they come into town, they can almost make you feel like it's an away game. Well, not no more. Atlanta stood up to it last night. They didn't love the energy, and they made sure everybody saw what the Atlanta culture is. Shout out to Chandler with his hoodie on. But it was a great win. I think the Atlanta Hawks, they've just found something in the New York Knicks that they've exposed that works for them. They keep the game going by second chance points, offensive rebounds, creating turnovers in the open court, running out, just attacking the rim. They see the weaknesses in their defense. Even the New York Knicks being in this drop coverage, allowing these guys to come off of screening rolls and play 2-on-1 or pull up for 3-pointers. They're exposing all of those things on the defensive end for the New York Knicks, and they were able to get away with another win last night, even though the Knicks came back from being 18 down. The Atlanta Hawks, they just are more intentional about their approach to this series, and it's worked for them so far than being up 2-1.
Lou, the Knicks fans are so salty, they're calling me a homer when I played 6 games for the Hawks.
Oh, my God.
I'm more flattered you remembered I played on the Hawks.
That is flattering.
Calling me a homer.
Nobody's giving me a hard time. I guess they're not giving me a hard time at all.
We
so
might have messed up, though, Lou. We said Hawks in 6.
What? Don't do that. What are you jinxing
You got the
this
Hawks
for?
at 6, bro?
We've had the Hawks at 6, and it might get a little shorter than that.
feel y'all.
We're gonna stay at 6.
You
I
stay
got
at
the
6.
hoodie on. I'm feeling
Yeah,
good.
you're out of control.
Humble, man.
Friday,
We're
you're
gonna stay at
nuts.
6. I like it, but I tell you what, if they can get one more at home,
Night,
we're
night.
having a different conversation, and it's gonna be a lot of pressure on New York Knicks to show up.
Oh, yeah, that
They gotta
3-1
get-
different.
Yeah, they gotta get it. Got to get a guy like Kat going early. Like in this series, Kat is averaging around 5.5, 6 points in the first half, and then he's going out in the second half, averaging about 15 points. He got to find a way to get in this game early and be aggressive early, so this team won't allow big leads like they did in this third game to allow the Hawks to withstand a run that they made at the end of the game.
So Kenny Smith last night said that he sees shades of OKC 2.0 in this team, which is interesting because we've heard
in
that.
Atlanta?
Yeah, well, thank you. That was my response.
Well, well, first of all, no.
Okay, start with no.
The Thunder are the champs. The Thunder have been to the mountaintops. They are the best team in the NBA, and they've been that for a really long time, right? I see what he's saying with the youth, with the talent that they have. Yeah. They have 6 guys that are interchangeable, and they have a #1 pick class in the draft that's literally not even playing.
They could do
He's
it
getting
again,
DFP. So,
Wow.
I understand what he's saying with the Johnsons, Kumingas, Daniels. Okongwu has gotten so much better while he's been there.
Minutes make you stronger.
Well, then that's a shade then.
So again, if we're talking a shade, fine, a shade. Like they're not.
I mean, shades.
They're not comparable.
That's a shade.
But I understand what he's saying. Just the dynamic of the versatility and the depth and the like-sized guys, where you can play 1 through 5. You can go small. You can go big. I heard Charles the other night saying that the Thunder can hurt you in so many different ways. They got the small lineup,
Yeah.
the big lineup, and the medium lineup. So do the Hawks. Like so do the Atlanta Hawks. They can go super small and athletic. They can go big. They can go like kind of that tweener group, where they have Jalen Johnson at the 4. Like they have a really versatile lineup. But to compare them to the champs is a little premature. But I understand what he's saying.
I think we're just doing that a lot lately. It's
No,
a lot of
I'm rolling. I'm rolling because it's just shades. You got a young core. You got a young nucleus of a team that can build together and that can grow together. I think that's the part of it I'm gonna take out of it. Now, just comparing them pound for pound, I don't see it. But when you talk about young talent, you're talking about guys that's gonna do it by committee and a defensive-minded team. Like this Atlanta Hawks team, they got a lot of guys that take pride on the defensive end. Very much like OKC. They got a young nucleus of guys that can build them in the right direction, much like OKC. Other than that, everything else they got to earn. But I'm with Kenny when he say shades. I can see some of the culture that's being built that's worked for OKC now working for the Atlanta Hawks.
Also, do the Hawks have an MVP on their team? Like an SGA? Like
I ain't gonna say MVP.
Jalen Johnson's, he's budding superstar, but like they don't have that SGA type player yet.
But they got all guys on court that's a threat with the ball though. Like
100%.
everybody put out the threat, so you got to guard them guys. You got to close out the touch on the 3. They could put the ball on
Shades
the
is
floor.
tricky. Shades is tricky. 'Cause that could be, I've heard Spurs have shades of OKC 2.0. It's like shades is it's a pretty big
I
amount.
gotta imagine Kuminga is just stoked.
Oh, I'm still.
Like after everything that he
gotta-
went
Oh,
through,
yeah.
Shout out to Kuminga.
they're
man.
home, and now he's balling with a chance to
He was a
dance.
star
Like
last night.
what a
Like,
turnaround for my boy.
The
you know
lemon
what?
pepper wings turn you up, boy.
Bob,
I was in the club last night, Lil. We need first and last names.
Pepper wings turn you up, boy.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a good late dinner, guys.
Hey,
nothing wrong with a
Boy,
good
turn
late
gotta
you
dinner.
up, boy. Get you
gotta
right.
eat. Bobby, this one's for you because oh dear Lord, we got a coach quote, and it's coming from Mike Brown, and here it is. There have been plenty of teams that have been 1 and 2. I'm not saying we're going to win it, but you take it one game at a time.
Damn.
I'm not saying we're going to win it.
Yeah,
in
said that.
God.
Yeah, so I played with the Knicks for 6 months. Can't say that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You sure you didn't get
like
Sintel
nah,
on this
bro.
quote?
Like
No.
New York fans,
Yikes.
they'll turn on you real fast, and they will start to sense an urgency that that you're not the guy or that you don't believe anymore. I think just as a coach, you kind of just pour confidence into your guys that it's one game at a time. Obviously, we tip our hat to the Hawks tonight. They got us. We're gonna come back and regroup, go to practice, watch some film, see some of the things that we did wrong, and adjust to the game plan. I think in the playoffs it's all about adjustments. Every game is going to be different, and obviously the Hawks are playing well. They're attacking certain guys on defense, and kind of eating off that. So they just got to adjust and get right. But I don't think they're out of it. But
No.
I don't like the quote though.
Yeah, I don't want to take this out of context. I didn't see it or hear it, but this is some bullshit. Like the head coach saying this when you're down 1-2. All you got to do is win one game.
Hold on, did you start with I don't want to take this out of context?
Well, because I don't know what he. I'm just saying, reading it, I don't know if he was like halfway teasing or if he was joking or. But this is a crazy. They win Game 4. All the pressure goes back to Atlanta, and they have home court advantage again in the Mecca. Like, what the hell are we talking about? This is an outrageous quote that you shouldn't even think, let alone say out loud in the middle of a series when you have the more experienced veteran team. You are the higher seed. You had the home court advantage. Like, you cannot be saying
and
this.
everybody see that, too.
Like, come on. If I'm a player, I'm like this.
Yeah, we see
you
that.
say something if you're feeling like Jalen Brunson, you'd be like, hey, coach, that was weird.
What the hell is that about?
Nah, you probably don't say nothing, though.
I'm saying something. This is crazy, Bobby. In the middle of a series?
Nah, too much friction.
I'm the resident diplomat on the show.
Yes, he is.
I'm going to go out on the limb and say maybe he just had a slip of tongue right here because there's no way in hell that my coach is saying this in the way that this reads nasty. Like what Chandler just said it. I don't have a lot of context, but this reads nasty. I'm going to give Coach Brown the benefit of the doubt and say this was a slip of tongue and he didn't mean what he said.
Can you imagine if like Kat said this? We would be crucifying
You would be crucifying.
What?
That'll make CNN.
Oh my God! They're down. It's not like they're down 3-1. They're down 2-1. Like
Maybe
relax.
it's just so I don't know. I actually have
This
no,
is his way of
no
motivating.
explanation.
That is wrong message.
It's also on the heels of that final play. Now, Quinn Snyder, there's the play, there's the C.J. McCollum, what turns out to be the game winner. Also 12 seconds left on the clock, and I think we're like, okay, that's time for New York to do something. And then there's whatever this is. This last play, final play, Brunson. Again, I mean, this was insane.
This is a weird play. It's a weird offense, weird play from the beginning. Obviously, they struggled getting the ball into Jalen. They want to get the ball to Jalen Brunson's hands there. The Hawks did a great job denying. Hart and Bridges struggled. Bridges wasn't even on the floor at the end of the game. He had 0
Bridges
points.
was awful.
So their offense was a little. I did like Kat's
McBride was
energy.
hooping, though.
McBride was hooping.
Well, he should have had the last shot.
OG was unreal down the end of the stretch. I obviously felt like they were going to do what they always do, and they're going to give the ball to Jalen Brunson and hope him make a heroic play, which they did a great job denying him, and they didn't. But you just got to get a shot at the rim here. You can't have empty possession like this.
Is it Mike Brown's fault?
Well, I don't know.
No? Wait.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know. I see it different. I thought it was a clever play, but the Hawks are just locking up. Look, this is a backdoor look. Kat is supposed to pop, but they locking that. Now we're running a guy to a double. We're scrambling, nothing in the lane, and we're gonna finish the possession. I look at it different. I think it was a good play, but the Hawks made it look like it was a jumbled play just by them being active and being who they are. Look, this is a team that had 16 seconds on the clock. They scored and left 12 on the clock. That tells me that we have confidence in our ability to go get a stop. We didn't draw the clock down. We didn't wait for the last shot. We can score a bucket and we're gonna get a stop. That's what I saw. So we can blame Mike Brown and his quote and everything. But to me, that last possession was more about the Atlanta Hawks. From 1 through 5, they had guys on the floor that were active and made sure that New York wasn't going to get a clean look. They blew up the first 3 options of that play. So it led to Jalen Brunson trying to get to the baseline, and even on the baseline, they sent in another guy to make sure he doesn't even get a shot off. So that's what I saw in the last possession. I don't think this is a Mike Brown thing.
Good offense, better defense, right? And again, they have that versatile lineup where they have Dyson Daniels, who's an all-NBA type defensive player, who's denying Jalen Brunson. Then they have a Kongwu, who's a 5, who can switch and stay in front of Jalen Brunson, who's very crafty and very hard to guard. So again, I agree with. I don't think this end of the game play is all on Mike Brown, but the fact that their offense is that potent and they can't get a shot at the rim is disappointing. And again, like Lou said, think about how fast Atlanta went. Because they don't care how much time was left. They're believing in our defense, and we're going to get a stop when we need to.
I think it's